Sir, the honourable member has expressed concern about the number of fishermen who are in Sri Lankan custody. Obviously, because it is Sri Lanka, it is natural that the majority of fishermen would be from Tamil Nadu and from Puducherry. Right now, sir, the situation is till yesterday there were 86 fishermen, Indian fishermen in Sri Lankan custody. Today, one more trawler has been apprehended, so 11 more fishermen. So all told, 97 of them are in custody. 83 are serving sentences, 3 are awaiting trial, and 11 of them have been apprehended today. Now, the point, sir, which the honourable member had made, and I through you, would like him to appreciate the evolving situation. Sri Lanka, sir, has 2 laws, one called Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Act 1996, one called Fisheries Regulation of Foreign Fishing Boats Act 1979. Both these acts were amended, one in 2018, one in 2023, and they provide for much stiffer sentences, bigger fines, greater detentions, and those who are today serving sentences, many of them are owners or skippers of boats, or they are repeat offenders. And that, sir, has been the challenge in dealing with Sri Lanka. Honourable member has said that we should put a full stop to it. I think, sir, the House is also aware that in a way, our government has inherited a problem. This problem began in 1974. When the international maritime boundary line was drawn by the then Union government with consultations with the state government. Then in 1976 an exchange of letters happened where the fishing jurisdictions were delineated. So the decisions which were taken in 74 and 76 are today the root cause of the situation we are facing. We are trying to engage the Sri Lankan government to get them to take a humanitarian issue. Also, what we are trying to do, sir, is through the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, we are trying to get as many boats fitted with transponders so that inadvertent crossings are minimized. So our efforts are on diplomatically to release people in terms of our colleagues from the Department of Fisheries to fit the transponders so that there are no inadvertent crossings. And meanwhile, we are trying to see if we can give them alternative solutions so that this situation doesn't occur.
Sri G.K. Vasan.
Pointed.
Without any shelter, the boats are being there in the sea. And we have to take steps that
Thank you.
to be compensated. And kindly give a solution. What else might have happened in the earlier they could be. But what is the solution?
Thank you.
Sir, a pointed question to the Honourable Respected Minister, sir. What is the long-term plan for the Government of India on the safety and livelihood of our fishermen, sir? Even last week, sir, the Government of India called fishermen from Tamil Nadu and they had a meeting, sir. I only want to tell the Minister there should be a concrete step so that fishermen livelihood are safe.
Honourable Minister.
Sir, the long-term plan rests on 2 initiatives, not of my ministry, but one of our other ministries, sir. One is the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. It has an allocation of 20,050 crores, and the purpose of it is to fit boats with transponders so that you don't have this inadvertent crossing, acquisition of boats, nets and training, to look at supporting deep sea fishing vessels and giving them equipment, and looking for alternatives, which is sea ranching of shrimps, seaweed and bivalve culture, new fish culture techniques, cage culture, cold chain technology. There is also, sir, a fund called Fisheries Aquaculture Infrastructure Development Fund, FIDF, which has an allocation of 7,522.48 crores. So between these, the idea is to provide alternatives, but to do this, sir, we need, certainly the union government is taking the lead, but we need the cooperation of the state government. We need the fishermen's committees also to cooperate with us so that there is an understanding of what it is which will minimize the risk to our fishing community.
Shri Ashok Chavan.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for allowing this supplementary. Chairman, sir, this issue of detention of Indians, not only in the case of fishermen, but generally we observe that Indians who are going abroad, recently I am just quoting a small incident which, of course, not relevant to the immediate question which has been asked, that from Basmat Taluka of Maharashtra, a person who had gone to Iran was illegally detained there for no rhyme or reason. For about 1 month, his relatives were not aware where he is, whether he is alive or whether he is dead. And we had to literally pursue this case, and then he was sent back to India. There was no reason for why he was detained. There were no records maintained in the prison where he was kept, and for no rhyme of reason, then they simply had to send him back. My simple question to the Honourable Minister is that whenever Indians who are detained illegally, I am not talking about illegal immigrants, I am talking about people who have gone legally abroad for job, for business, for any other purposes. If they are detained in any country, immediately his relatives, there is some mechanism set up by the ministry that his relatives are immediately informed that so-and-so person has been detained in this country for whatever reason it is. And secondly, a mechanism set in the embassy to ensure that there is speedy disposal of the issue and he is sent back to his country or detained as per the case existing. That's all.
Honourable Minister.
Sir, I would like to inform the Honourable Member that we are very much aware of this case. In fact, the family got in touch with us very early in this case. Our embassy was very proactive. The ambassador himself took up the matter with the Foreign Ministry. As a result of the efforts of the embassy, this particular person was released. We have protested to the Iranians about the manner in which he was detained. So we certainly want the House, sir, to be aware, the Indians travelling abroad to be aware that the government does everything to make sure that they are safe and secure. We advise people whenever they go to any country, if they are going to live in that country, to register with the embassy, because we need to have their contact points. But in this particular case, for example, it was a casual traveler. He was not resident out there, but nevertheless we intervened in a very, very forceful manner. But in terms of the mechanism, again, I wish to assure the Honourable Member, sir, today, the security and safety of Indian citizens is the #1 priority of the embassy, and ambassadors themselves deal with this issue. So when you have the ambassador looking at it, I think the entire embassy mechanism is